Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsungkung. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dubten Torchi. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa today. Namo, the greatly loving and compassionate, vastly responsive Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva. Sumo, Tanchen Katso, Duten Siddhi, Duten Karma, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma lecturers, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma tutors, temple and center directors, and all disciples present here and over the internet. Good afternoon, how do you do? These are greetings in different languages: Cantonese, Vietnamese, Japanese, Korean, Spanish, Japanese, sign language. I would like to announce now, for next Sunday, January 21st, at 3 p.m., there would be Mahotara Heruka Homa fire offering ceremony. This deity the mantra of this deity is extremely powerful. When we perform Mahotara Heruka ceremony, there often appeared many miracles. Every time I perform Mahotara Heruka in Taiwan, it was attended by tens of thousands of people. And it was it was held at the Freedom Square in Taipei, Taiwan, and attended by many, many people. And the miracles that had appeared primarily to eradicate all kinds of tumors or growth, unwanted growth, or frozen fingers that could not open, and afterward they can be opened. Many cases, many miracles. This deity is a great major protector in Nyingmapa. The mantra is Beta Soda Mahase Siri Haruka Hom Hom Hey Om Beta Soda
Mahase Shri Haruka Hom Hom Hey.
Om Beta Jota Mahase Shri Haruka Hom Hom Pe. Mahotara Heruka is one of the 5 major Herukas, and this is the mudra. In Taiwan, there is a Mahotara Heruka mandala or altar where people could walk in and circumambulate it, chant his mantra. While chanting his mantra, it includes many Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and we call them the serene and wrathful 100 deities. The serene are the peaceful or compassionate deities, and the wrathful ones are the one with the wrathful appearances. So whether they are peaceful, wrathful, and half peaceful, half wrathful, and we refer to them as 100 of both peaceful and wrathful deities, but actually not just 100. In the Mahotara mandala, there are 104 or 107 deities. He has many heads, also many arms. He's an extremely powerful deity, Mahotara Heruka. Every time we perform the Mahotara Heruka at the Freedom Square or the CKS Memorial Hall in Taipei, there's always full house. It was raining one day and it was still full house. Everybody stayed, even in the rain, nobody left. And one time, something very amazing happened, that someone was on the bus, passing through the Freedom Square, and he had a tumor in his throat, going to the hospital for an exam. And passing by the Freedom Square and hearing this mantra, he felt warmth all over his body. And he got to the hospital and had the tumor examined. And the doctor asked, what are you doing here? I want to check the tumor. And asked him, could you look at yourself in the mirror? And sure enough, the tumor was gone. Because he felt really hot all over his body upon hearing the mantra. And he was not even a student or disciple of True Buddha School. And yet the tumor was eliminated. So this deity, it does not, I don't care whether you want to become primary supplicants or not, you just take care of yourself. A very responsive Mahotara Heruka. What more could I say? No need Today we perform Avalokitesvara Homa fire offering ceremony, and we all know about Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Any newcomers to Buddhism would know about Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva and Amitabha Buddha. The bhiksus or monks in China would greet each other with Amitabha Buddha, and then the bhiksunis or the nuns would say Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Vastly responsive, emanating myriad emanations, and would appear every time there is a prayer, and always on the boat to provide salvation in the ocean of suffering. I've talked about it last week, but the primary supplicants today, oh my, oh no. Just like the cold weather. It's a very quiet day, not even 100 supplicants. It was just 99 supplicants for Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Are there 99 people here today? More than 99, but the primary supplicants are only 99, so it's colder than the weather. What is the temperature now? -6 degrees below Celsius. No wonder I feel cold too. -6 degrees. The snow has become ice, so just be careful walking. So the temperature is cold, our hearts feel cold too. And primary supplicants for Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva is only 99, and then they added 1 plus 1. When I saw that 99 plus 1, what does it mean? 100 exactly. I think there's this joke. In the cold weather, what should we do? Oh, you can hide in the corner, because at the corner it's 90 degrees. Or you can lie down, because that's 180 degrees. If it's still cold, then you can make a circle, then that's 360 degrees. Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. So, all of you with Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva as your yidam would be more than 99. people into the school, and they don't even become primary supplicant for their own yidams. Oh no, then it's going to rain next. It's going to snow next week. This is what I think. I've been praying to have Vajra every day. The mantra of Vajra. I pray to have Vajra every day so that it does not snow in Seattle. It's still cold, but here it snowed a little in North Bend, but not in the Seattle area. Just a few sprinkling of snowflakes for one day. That's it. I prayed to have Vajra. I know there is a statue of Vajra at the Rainbow Temple, a big one, at the in between the two floors above the garage. Om Dewa Pichu Vasala Om Vacha Soha. Because on his hands, the top ones, one is holding the sun, one is holding the moon. He's in charge of all the weathers. Only by praying to him, he would be responsive. It was very windy, right? Yesterday here, very huge wind that could blow on people, and people can be blown away. And I prayed to have Vajra so that there is no wind today, and no wind today. So it's below 6, and the whole mountains are covered by snow. All the mountains around Rainbow Temple are covered by snow. But it does not snow today. It's sunny, bright and sunny, and no wind at all. Vimalakirti Bodhisattva is very responsive. It's incredibly responsive. 32 physical emanations. They are all Vimalakirti Bodhisattva. Like the 1,000-armed, 1,000-eyed Vimalakirti Bodhisattva, Hayagriva, the 11th face Vimalakirti, dragon riding Vimalakirti, the water moon Vimalakirti, South Sea Vimalakirti, many of them. There are many of them. They are countless. This is the most compassionate Vimalakirti. And today I especially prayed for to Vimalakirti Bodhisattva, especially today. The pure water vase with the willow branch, with this first spray that's purify. The second spray is to purify the self-nature. The third spray is that all self-natures are purified. So what does it mean that all self-natures are purified? That means all sentient beings are purified. That is encapsulated as all self-natures are purified. Avalokitesvara has power. He's also a Tathagata, the correct Dharma Tathagata, also a Buddha. And due to his compassion, he manifested as Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. So you need to understand and appreciate and cherish and not neglect. Most people have Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva as their primary personal deity. So you overlook or worse, undermine your own yidam. So how can you gain spiritual union? We only had 99 plus 1. I saw it written 99 plus 1. So could it be that there are only 99 people have Avalokitesvara as their yidam, their primary deities? I did pray to Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. However, it's not a good time now. It's a bad time. It's economy tsunami. Economy. It's a bad time economically too. You can become primary supplicants. And you can say, because there is economy tsunami now, so you owe the money. And you will pay back later when you have some. If you can't afford it, you can put it on a bill, but you still need to become primary supplicants. If you can't pay it off in this life, it's okay. That when you have money in your future lives, you can pay it back then. That's already very good, right? See, you can become primary supplicant and taking a loan. And you can pay it in your future life. If you can't, in the future life, maybe the next life. Okay, let's get to the main topic, Q&A. A question from Malaysia. The Dharma tutor, Lian Hua Junren. Homage to Grandmaster Living Buddha Lian Song. On the 29th day of each month, I especially offer to the Dharma protectors, wisdom kings, and dakinis enshrined in my altar, the deities that I have received Dharma transmission and empowerment from Grandmaster. I especially invite one of the protectors or dakinis and present the protector offering cup in front of the principal deity, placing cookies, tea or red wine, burning incense, offering lamps, and performing the sadhana as usual, reciting the Yida mantra 1080 times. I humbly request your compassionate guidance on 1. Whether this practice is a proper offering to the Dharma protectors and the correct method of using the Dharma protector offering cup, and whether it's appropriate to add praises to request for the Dharma protector's protection in the practice. Protectors, wisdom kings or dakinis, and would especially invite one of them and present the protector offering cup, placing cookies, tea, red wine, burning incense, offering lamps, and performing the sadhana or the practice procedure as usual. The offering is lacking something, one thing. For protectors, eating cookies and tea, there's no use. That's for kids. Cookies or candies, might as well. Maybe lollipop. Might as well lollipop. Red wine, white wine. Offering to protectors, you need two things. One is wine or alcohol and meat. I remember the 100th Kanten Trippa came to the Seattle Lechang Temple, and he invited our disciple to buy beef. Kanten Trippa. And he was staying at the hotel and asked the disciple to help him buy meat or beef and alcohol. And we asked him, what are you doing at the hotel? And he replied that that day was the day to make offering to the protectors. So he especially asked our disciple to buy beef that he would bring back to his hotel for his practice, beef and alcohol. But for you, cookies? Maybe might as well give lollipops? Asking the Dharma protector to eat lollipops? Or layered cakes? 1,000-layered cakes? No, you need these two things for protectors. You need to offer alcohol and meat. If you make offering to your yidam, like such as Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, then it's fine. Then it's up to you. But offering to the protectors cannot lack alcohol and meat. Beef or lamb will work. Beef or lamb. Is this kind of practice okay? Of course, you can also place cookies, crackers, and tea, but you miss the meat here. What is the correct method of using the protector offering cup? Of course, that it should be filled with alcohol, with wine. Is it appropriate to add praises to request for the Dharma protector's protection? Of course, by performing the Dharma practice for protector, you need to praise him. Of course, it's okay to add praises. and you're a Dharma tutor, teaching assistant. So listen carefully. Offerings to the Dharma protectors should include wine or alcohol and meat. That's my answer to Lian Hua Junlun. Oh, that's too serious. Let me share a joke now. Xiaoming asked the master, Sifu, master, is there a way to get rich without doing anything? And so the master brought him to the pigs. So do you mean that I should steal these pigs so that and then sell it? No. I'm saying that you're a pig. You have pig brain. If such a thing exists, would I tell you? I wouldn't tell you. That you can get rich without doing anything. How could that's too good to be true? We've talked about the cold weather, 90 degrees at the corner, 180 degrees lying flat, and 360 degrees when you're making a rotation. And best if you dream, because in the dream you're searching for thousands of times, and in Chinese also degrees. Now we'll talk about Vimalakirti Sutra. Yesterday I was talking about suffering. Everything is suffering. We think eating is a happy thing, but not necessarily. Actually, eating is also suffering. When you reach Grandmaster's age, you cannot eat many things that you love to eat, and you have to eat things that you don't like, right? We have so many things that we cannot eat a lot of food that we love because we have used up the quota. So if you eat them, then there would be suffering. Do you know? If I eat a little bit, I would feel hungry. Or you don't want to eat, then you feel hungry. And because of that, you eat a little bit more, and then you are bloated. Or if you eat something wrong, or if you eat things that you're not supposed to eat, then you have to go to the bathroom. Yeah, what do you... This is a Chinese pun. Then you have to poop and poop and poop and poop. And every day, poop sound like playing the violin. So eating is also suffering. If it's tasty, you eat a little bit too much, then you get gas, and then you still have to go to the bathroom. And things that you don't like, and the doctors told you have to eat this, so that's suffering. And you have to eat medicine. When you reach a certain age, you have to take the medicine every day.
凄厉老人，
The doctors often remind us in the 70s every morning.
痛苦的事情，
So taking the drugs,
或天天在
that's suffering. When I was young, I never take any pills.
记刀了，你就得
So
老人，
when you reach like the 70s, you become like the 7-pill elderlies. You need to take the pills every day. So is eating happiness? No,
不快乐，
not happy.
什么都是苦
It's suffering. Everything is suffering.
啊。两性，我昨天讲到两
You think,
两性之法，你以为快
you
乐？
think,
告诉你，你如果执着两
两
性之法，就是执着， 一直
if you attach, 良心之分. As soon as you attach, then that's suffering.
色是快乐。有几个人真正
Sex is happiness, but how many people really have that?
都是执着，就是痛苦的根源。
Attachment is the source of suffering. So you have to take everything lightly.
是真正的快乐。
A true happiness is only when you have no cares and concerns in your heart and mind. But when you have attachment, then you would have this problem. Between a couple is like it's either I love you, you don't love me, or both are loving each other, or both don't love each other, and you think loving is happiness.
喝豆浆，那个豆浆店叫做来来。
I mean, in Taiwan, I often went to the soy milk shop that's called Lai Lai.
这两个字啊，我
Lai Lai. Lai Lai is calm, calm.
他挂着一个
Like
人家写的字，
there's a verse.
在
When you have calm, you want to come again. And even when you come again, it's still come, which is the name of the shop or restaurant. Or
要了还要再要，
So let me tell you what it means. So once you have it, you want more.
要的更厉害，
And you want it even worse, even more. You have more desire.
希望能够满足。
You think the desire can be satisfied? No, when the desire is not satisfied, that's suffering. So the bliss of two lovers is blissful, but it's very short-lived. But suffering is long-lived. And because of attachments, and your desire is greater, that's suffering. So it's still suffering. So the wise ones say,
全部满，
if you cannot fulfill your desire,
两次不
once is not enough, twice not enough, 3 times not enough, 4 times not enough. The desire can never be fulfilled.
满的时候，
When you're not fulfilled, then that is suffering
受耐快乐，
because you are attached to that the bliss, then you will suffer.
心无牵挂，
That's why when the heart mind has no care and concern, everything comes and goes naturally, then you will not have hatred, you will not see knives or weapons between lovers, then there will not be anger or hatred. Only when you're not content or satisfied or fulfilled, then there would be hatred.
这问题多多。
So there are many problems in between two genders. It's very difficult to fulfill either.
有时候要看淡，
That's why You need to take it lightly. Just let it be natural. We know things about romantic love. It's like chewing on the sugar cane. At first, it's very sweet, and then later on, it just becomes the grit, because the sweetness is already gone, and you cannot spit it out. But if you don't spit it out, it's also no good. And it becomes very plain as water. So as Buddhist practitioners, we know many things. Everything should be even. Just take it easy, make it light, and let it follow its course, and don't cling to it. So let go of your attachments and clingings, because any attachments and clingings are suffering. Confucius says food and sex are the human nature. Today we talk that food or eating is suffering, like I just said earlier. And talking about sex is also suffering. Because desire is bottomless, and ordinary peoples grasp or cling to their desires. And as Buddhist practitioners, we are the wise ones. We should go with the flow. In the past, people loved you, but now they don't love you anymore. Why? Because they're chewing on the sugar cane. Then you understand. And after chewing on it for a while, it is not sweet anymore. So that's why you let it run its course. And you just take the desire lightly, and you don't attach to it. So this is the most important thing for Buddhists. So you just take things lightly about food and sex. But it does not mean that you should not eat or should not have sex. But you just do them with pleasure, and you get along naturally, help each other. And then you don't get attached to these areas, these aspects. So, like Karuna Sakyamuni Buddha, the greatly wise one, that could say that everything is suffering. The statement "everything is suffering" can only be spoken by the one with great wisdom. There is not a thing that could let you gain true happiness, because happiness is also the source of suffering. So about romantic love, you should just take it easy, take it lightly, be natural. It's just good enough to help each other and be friends. That would be the best. So spiritual cultivators and the wise ones would understand. Then if you go with your desires, then it would be suffering forever, and you would not be able to get out of it, and you would be in the transmigration of the 6 rebirth realms forever. So this is why I like to talk to you. Because Confucius said that food and sex are human nature. It's true. However, you should not cling to them too much, and you should just lighten them up. Take it easy. If one practices arising and ceasing, then one is striving for that, and not. Then of course that's not Buddha nature, because Buddha nature has no arising and has no ceasing. The Dharma is named untainted. Buddha nature cannot be tainted. Buddha nature cannot be contaminated. Somebody made this analogy that Buddha nature is like a mirror. It's just there. It's not tainted, but it would show whatever in front of it. So if you place a candle in front of Buddha nature or the mirror, and then you light it, and of course the mirror can reflect the light, but is the mirror contaminated? No. If you place a flower in front of the mirror will show the flower, but is the mirror contaminated by the flower? No. Buddha nature is the same. Buddha nature cannot be tainted. That's why it's Buddha nature. Human beings, because they have habitual tendencies, can be tainted. The physical body can be tainted. Everything with forms will be tainted. But Buddha nature will never be tainted. Or contaminated. So the Dharma is untainted. If one is tainted by the Dharma or even by Nirvana, then one is attached to the taint and not seeking Dharma. It's said, if you're tainted by the Dharma or Nirvana, or you are seeking Dharma or seeking Nirvana, then you're tainted by Nirvana. There is still taint, because the true Dharma cannot be tainted or has no taints to it. The Dharma does not dwell, has no dwelling. It's everywhere. It's non-dwelling. It's everywhere, but it does not dwell anywhere. The true Buddha nature does not dwell anywhere. If one dwells, then one is attached and not seeking Dharma. Buddha nature is not something that you can practice. It's there all along. It's not something that you can gain by practicing. So the Dharma practice that we do is just a method. So the Buddha nature can appear. However, this Buddha nature is not Dharma practice. The Dharma has no taking and giving. All that Vimalakirti said is very profound and high. So I replace Dharma with Buddha nature. So it's just not ordinary Dharma. It's not about environment, inner Dharma or outer Dharma, but this is about Buddha nature. So Buddha nature has no taking and giving. So like the mirror, will the mirror take the light and give you the light? No, but the mirror is still a mirror. If you place a flower in front of the mirror, there is a mirror, there is a flower in the mirror, but the mirror does not take the flower and also does not give away the flower. There is no taking and giving. This is very, very profound. The Dharma has no taking and giving. Dharma has no dwelling. has no house,
它就是极灭，
doesn't stay anywhere.
是虚空。
The Dharma is nirvana. The Dharma is the void or the sky.
如果你有了取舍，我取这个
If you take and
取舍，
give,
不是真正的法。
that's not true Dharma.
法无处所，
The Dharma has no dwelling.
住在哪个房子里面，你来找我就找得到。
So the Dharma
是则
does not
非求法。
stay at any place.
你如果认为
If one dwells, then that's not seeking Dharma. If you think that only inside the Rainbow Temple there are Buddhas, that's wrong, because the Buddhas are omnipresent, it's everywhere. Buddha nature is also everywhere. And you think that the Buddhas will not be in the toilets.
会的地方也一样在。
But the Buddhas are also there, even at the filthiest place. Like when we go to the church, we are very devout because this is a church where this is the house of Jesus Christ. But as soon as you leave the church, then you can just be yourself. No, no such thing.
到处都是上帝啊，哪里都是。
There's God everywhere.
我们现在
Everywhere is a church.
就是祈祷室，
Now they have a little chapel everywhere, and you can go there to pray. But actually, you don't need to. You can pray everywhere, even in the bathroom.
因为你的厕所里面就没有上帝。
You think God is not inside the bathroom? That Jesus is not in the bathroom? Actually, it's good that you pray inside the toilet because, and once you close the door, you're all alone in there, you can pray.
佛性没有处所，
Only you can listen.
有处所，是则着处非求法。我们需要
So the Dharma does
好多，哇，在那里
it does not abide.
非常好。其实你可以在
So you think that inside the Seattle temple there are many Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and a good place for meditation, but actually you can also meditate inside your bathroom at your home. It's all the same. There's no difference.
没有处所，
So the Dharma does not abide. If one abides in the Dharma, like you are attached to having a church or having an appearance
这个雷上师
or the Buddha statue or the Seattle temple or Rainbow temple, then that's a kind of clinging or attachment.
法名无相，它是没有相，
So the Dharma
脱离
has no phenomena. So it's not the glass, it's not the mirror, it's none of those.
空，我们就
It's the sky.
来象征。
We can just use the sky as analogy, but actually it has no appearance and no phenomena.
是则求相非求法，
If one follows phenomena
起金刚
and its understanding, then it's seeking phenomena, not the Dharma.
告了说，
And you think Hevajra is there inside the room and will not go out, but no, I did not even go to that room. I just joined my
把这样刷，起金刚，
I just joined my palms and chanted the mantra.
这一个礼拜都会下，
I told Hevajra that the weather forecast said
都不要下，
that there would be snow all
我要
week
开那个楼，
this week. And I said, please don't let it snow because I need to drive Rolls Royce because once it snows, I cannot drive it.
头西人的太阳，
Then I have to drive the one with the four-wheel drive and with
千万不要
the all four-season tires.
这样子讲，
So please don't let it snow. I just talk to the sky.
就是这样子求的，求起
That's how I prayed to Hevajra. And sure enough, there was no snow at all week. And it changed into next week, and perhaps it won't snow either next week. If you think this Sakyamuni Buddha is statue, Sakyamuni Buddha is here, then you attach to a form, and Sakyamuni Buddha is everywhere. So Sariputra, so if you seek the phenomena, that's not seeking Dharma or Buddha nature. The Dharma does not abide. So we cannot say that the Dharma sometimes exists and sometimes does not. No, it's there 24 hours a day. If one abides in the Dharma, then one is abiding the Dharma and not seeking Dharma. If you regard that it only exists for a period of time, then that's not right. Right? Because it's always there. It's not a matter of time and spatial dimension. The Dharma cannot be seen, heard, sensed, or perceived. So you can see, hear, sense, or perceive. Then, only then is true the Buddha nature. If one sees, hears, senses, and perceives, those are seeing, hearing, sensing, and perceiving, and not Buddha nature. This is really, really extraordinary. What Vimalakirti said really makes sense. Seeing, hearing, sensing, and perceiving are not true Dharma. Or you've seen, I've seen the Yidam, I've seen light, I've seen this and that. That's not Buddha nature, let me tell you. Of course, there are many people that can see, and you see Grandmaster's Dharma bodies. And you, Grandmaster, seated here, and you also see it. And I once, for the Iraqi war, or for the war between Israel and Palestine, there were many of the spirits or the souls of the Palestinians and of those who died, the Palestinians and Israelis. I could not handle all of you, so I would dispatch some of you to my Dharma bodies. Those who see my Dharma bodies have to deal with this. Now I like to ask Han Yu, did you see my Dharma body? Did you see that the Dharma body was sent off? That the Palestinian and the deceased Palestinian and Israeli spirits went to your place? Yes. I saw you use the 1,000 Dharma vessels spiritual deliverance. That's not exactly my way. but you use the method of the 1,000 Dhamma vessels but to deliverance to help them, and you invited Jesus Christ to guide them to heavens. Did that happen? Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Grandmaster. I have said it. Actually, Palestinians and Palestine was the place where Jesus spread his gospel. The Sea of Galilee, Jerusalem, Bethlehem were all places where Jesus spread the gospel. And there's war there. He was my guru. That's a great suffering. The people who died there, we could say Palestinians, Hebrews, were descendants of Abraham. I had some connection with that. When I was young, I was baptized Protestant. And Han Yi was also in the Protestant, but you were not baptized. I was baptized. But I was brought back by Golden Mother. But in my heart, my gurus still stay in my heart. Because many of Jesus' Gospels is Buddha Dharma. And he said that you have to love your enemies. Jesus said to love your enemies. And he regarded himself to be the same as sentient beings. That's a very high realm. When you have practiced and reached a realm where there is no difference between you and sentient beings, that's very high. And the even higher realm is the Buddha nature. If you practice, if you cultivate until you reach a state where there is no difference between you and sentient beings, that's very high. Are there differences between people? No. Are there differences between good and bad people? No. Is there a difference between man and woman? No. Is there a difference between humans and animals? No more. That's a very high realm. So Jesus could be crucified and bled for sentient beings. To take over the sins of the people. So that means there's no difference between sentient beings and Jesus. That's a very high realm in Buddhism. If you can cultivate so there is no difference between you and sentient beings, that is incredible. Then you are a Bodhisattva fundamentally. When you see the suffering of sentient beings, you also suffer. When you see the happiness of sentient beings, then you also have a little bit of happiness. If you see peace and harmony among sentient beings, then you would feel joy. So the so-called loving kindness and compassion toward all equally is only possible when you are in union with the sentient beings. So what is loving kindness and compassion equally toward all? Is when there is no difference between you and sentient beings. That's a very high realm, and that is bodhisattva, a great bodhisattva. If you can't reach such a state, then you are just a sentient being. If you can truly cultivate to reach that state, then that's why we have no discrimination. The Bardo Deliverance of Grandmaster does not discriminate against Palestinians or Ukrainians or anyone. We treat them all equally. My emanated bodies, my Dharma bodies, brought those people to find those who know and see, so that they can perform the Bardo deliverance with 1,000 Dharma vessels. And Han Yi did a Bardo deliverer with the 1,000 Dharma vessels, those Palestinians. How many 1,000 Dharma vessel Bardo deliverances did you do? Every day? Very good. Every day. Excellent. Please be seated. Then I cannot scold you, because you cannot even miss one day. That's 1,000 Dharma vessels. That's loving kindness and compassion equally. Does she have any connection with Palestinians? No. So humans should be like that, should be like this. When you can reach loving kindness and compassion equally toward all, that's an incredible state. Jesus was crucified. Jesus' crucifixion and the apostles, the first apostle was Stephen. In Taiwanese, it's called Stephen. So Stephen, or in English, Steve. And the one that doesn't want to be crucified in the same way as Jesus, and the cross was slanted, that's Andrew or Andre. So the apostle, there were many people who spread the Gospels, including Paul or Paulo. For 600 years, the Christianity was underground, was considered, was not recognized religion. The Roman Empire did not approve or recognize it. So for 600 years, it was underground, including John the Baptist was spreading Gospels in secret or underground. So the sisters of Mary was married to John the Baptist. So Jesus would call John the Baptist his uncle, married to his son. Right? He was also an apostle. He was the one who baptized Jesus.
我觉得要学这个佛法，你只要学到。
I feel that to learn Buddhism, if you can master loving kindness and compassion equally toward all beings, then you have reached an incredible realm.
法没有出手，法也是无相。
The Dharma does not abide. The Dharma does not have any phenomena. The Dharma does not abide. The Dharma cannot be seen, heard, sensed, or perceived. This is Buddha nature. It is a very high realm. It's even higher than that. This is the highest realm. Om Mani Padme Hum.